to the right. I was watching some show. It's good, bro.
It's good.
Watching some show. How y'all doing?
Oh God.
Yo.
Almost malfunctioned real quick. Nah, we can leave that. That's fine.
Leaving it?
Almost malfunctioned real quick.
Leaving it?
To start off episode 2 on a weird note.
Yeah.
Episode 2.
What's up, y'all? How y'all doing tonight? How y'all doing?
Yo, we just want to say real quick, Happy New Year. All that good stuff for you guys, especially to our supporters from day one. We wish you guys nothing but the best. A lot of peace, a lot of health, a lot of blessings for all you guys that have been tuning in and really are excited for us and what we got going for ourselves. We're just as excited for you guys and what you guys got going on in y'all daily lives as well. Nothing but the best for you guys, and cheers to a new year.
Feel me?
2020 in the past, feel me? So let's just make the most of it right now. And
drink responsibly.
that is true. No lie.
It's good. What's up, though, bro? Talk to me.
Real quick before we start. It's the new year. Leave the New Year's resolutions at home. Just go and do. Just
Facts.
go do.
Yeah.
Don't talk, just do. That's it. That's the personal message from me to you. Just don't talk about it, just do it.
Yeah.
You want to lose some pounds? Don't talk about going to the gym, just go.
Lose some pounds? I'm a trainer.
Bro, a trainer. You got trying to get fit. You ain't even got to be overweight enough. You trying to get fit. You trying to get in shape, whatever the case may be. Holla at him. At Mr_Pivotal on Instagram. He'll take care of you, bro. So, whatever, that's the message. No New Year's resolutions. Don't talk about what you want to do. Just do it.
No Nike either. Just do it.
Just do it.
We're not sponsored either.
So, to kick off, it's been a wild 2 weeks since episode 1 in the NBA. You know what I'm saying? It's been a while. It's like, honestly, bro.
People been wild to be out for everything.
I'm gonna keep it real with you, bro. Like, it's either the games are really good or they're getting clapped.
Yeah, that shit,
either the game is intense or the game is really bad.
That shit whack.
Because there's no way, the Clippers getting smoked out by 50.
And then come back and cook by 50.
And then they cook.
That shit is weird.
It's really weird to start off, the first couple weeks of the season. Obviously, I want to talk about some surprises and some early season disappointments. I know it's 4 or 5 games into the season, but there's definitely a couple things that I've been looking at okay,
big surprise, bro.
Some surprises and some disappointments.
What you want to do, players or teams first?
I mean, what's the thing that has surprised you? A player, team, what surprised you so far?
Anybody that know me know that I was not publicly talking shit about Markel and saying he alright, and this season, all I can say, he telling me, yo, shut your ass up, cause he's wilding and can run in Orlando. You remember how the hoop again? It's real. Respect, props to you, Markel. It's a fact.
Yo, it's
he's
like,
open, bro.
Philly was doing them trusting the process. That's the trust the process right there. I'm not gonna lie. He's been balling. He
has some moves,
the thing is, with a kid like Markel Fultz, it's surprising only because of the narrative that was built on him. Whether if it was Stephen A. Smith saying he's the biggest bust in NBA history and stuff like that. It's the kid was never he might lose his shot, his jump shot,
definitely,
but he won't lose his feel for the game. Even when he was struggling to shoot, he could still take it to the cup. He's still athletically gifted. It's just that he forgot how to shoot. And now, Orlando, obviously, he had to get out of Philly because Philly wasn't trying to. Philly they couldn't wait. They're a championship level team right now. They have championship aspirations. You can't wait on somebody to figure out the basic fundamentals of shooting.
We're going to talk about Philly a little later, bro.
Yeah, that's true. And, Markel Fultz, I'm happy for him that he could actually knock down the threes. I'm happy for him, bro. And Orlando got himself a nice little building block. So and he's contributed to some success. Excuse me. And Orlando's 4-1 to start off the year. I don't know how it's gonna hold up, but they're playing really good without Jonathan Isaac. And you know, and I only keep thinking to myself, what if he was there?
I'll take them over Washington any day of the week.
I guess that's gonna lead to, honestly, I think personally they're probably, if not my biggest disappointment, they're definitely like one or two. You know, the Washington Wizards kicking off. You make that trade. Look, John Wall laughing. John Wall's in Houston laughing right
Good
now.
looks. Damn.
You know, he's like, yo, thank you for the opportunity to get me out.
And then I'm out of here.
You know, and he's sitting there, you know, in Houston, you know, doing his thing, whatever. But in Washington, it's like, listen, if this doesn't work, I don't know the answer. If this doesn't work, for the Washington Wizards. If you start off 1-5 and Russell Westbrook has 4 triple doubles in 6 games, and you're 1-5.
I don't know. I'm gonna be honest.
You know, I hope that people see. I hope that people see that, you know, you could be like in basketball. You could just be name brand. Like Russell Westbrook, at right now where his career is going, he's just name brand.
Only. He's so much more than that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, he has 4 triple doubles in 6 games for the Washington Wizards. Bro, they're 0-4 with him on the court, and he's still shooting inefficiently, still shooting bad from the field. You could be name brand in this league. This is a league now in which statistics are going to get piled up. If you are athletically gifted, if you could do more than one thing on the basketball court,
spacing is everywhere.
And spacing is everywhere. You're gonna pile up a bunch of stats.
Facts.
But how impactful are your stats?
Bro,
remain to be seen.
That's
and
so true.
Clearly in Washington, it doesn't matter how many triple doubles this guy gets.
When you was talking about Siakam disappointing, I mean, I was saying this for a couple of years with Toronto. Like, I never thought he was really the goods. He only looked good because he's next to Kawhi. So now that Kawhi gone,
yeah, Pascal Siakam. I was never big on the kid to begin with. Ever. I was never really big on him. I think that he fit what Toronto was doing. And you know what it is? You do not have scouting reports on guys that you haven't seen for a long time.
That's true.
Like, he used to be in the G League. You don't got no scouting report for no kid in no G League. That's why you come in out of nowhere and you go crazy.
He was bugging.
Robert Covington remains to be the only D League guy, because he's a D League guy at the moment, that literally made a name for himself in the D League and has carved himself a career in which, like, yo, bro, he used to be in the D League.
Every team need him. Bro.
Yeah, exactly. But Pascal, he's regressed. Like, it's not necessarily regressing because he's never shown any kind of bag of moves, bag of tricks.
What you said earlier?
He don't even got a little bag. Like, he don't even got a little bag. Like, he don't even got a tote bag.
He don't got a baggie.
He don't got a baggie. Like, the guy literally has been in the league. Yo, he really made all NBA second team with no moves.
That's valid.
Anybody can have a good year in the NBA. Anybody can have a good year in sports. But once they get the scouting report on you, you know, Toronto's off to a bad start. He's been on the court for most of those games. Right. He's been on the court for most of those games, and he hasn't helped. Right. You know, and Toronto, this might be a very average year for them, and I had a lot of high hopes for them, obviously, in the first episode.
Yeah.
But they started off in the wrong foot.
He's talking that talk.
You know, they start off on the wrong foot. Now, I think they could, you know, turn the corner because championship pedigree does not leave somebody. But if Pascal Siakam spends this entire season just doing the same old stuff he's accustomed to doing, this is going to be a long year for Toronto.
Bring Fred VanVleet to the starting lineup.
He is a starter.
Oh, wow.
Him and Kyle Lowry start.
And it's still not working.
It's still not working. But then again, how successful are you going to be with 2 small guards in your backcourt?
I asked Portland.
But they got moves. CJ can dance with what's his bag? What's his bag of tricks? What's his bag of tricks? You know, Damian Lillard and CJ McCollum, the reason why they're the only backcourt to me.
Moves, bro.
The reason why they're the only backcourt to me that, you know, can survive in this league, 2 like high usage guys in the backcourt that can survive because they have bags of tricks. And not only do they have bags of tricks, they're unselfish. So that's why it works. But, you know, you have 2 small guards in your backcourt, And the way that they excel is by running them through screens and doing a lot of extra stuff with your team.
And Toronto knows none of that. Don't even try to do it. Fuck.
You know, now they're trying to shoot a lot of threes. I watched the game they played against the Knicks, and bro, they shot like 50 threes.
How many they made?
They made like 18, 19.
That's bad.
You know what I'm saying? But they chuck up a lot of threes now. And the reason why they chuck up the threes is because Pascal Siakam ain't got no bag.
I'm going to forever love the Spurs. The Spurs, they may be ass, but listen, we're going to stay disciplined. I'll lose with grace.
They're the thing,
Okay,
comparing with San Antonio. San Antonio now, they're chucking up threes too, but they did not forget their bread and butter.
Right.
And DeMar DeRozan, his bread and butter is the mid-range game, attacking the basket. Yeah, right. Everybody else could shoot the threes, but I know what I'm good at. Right. And LaMarcus Aldridge knows what he's good at. So that's why it works.
Shout out to them.
Exactly. But, you know, Toronto right now, they gone off to a pretty bad start, and Siakam is definitely one of them players that I'm looking at like, bro, like, are you going to, like, take your game to the next level? You know what I'm saying? Like,
I've been saying this for 2 years now. No, he needs to polish it, and it's been 2 years, and it's the exact same. So, I'm not saying the verdict is out. I'm saying that he's comfortable, and that's okay. Go get your money, but come on.
You know, so now that we on the players, like, you know, a surprise player right now is Julius Randle.
What you call him?
LaJulius James. LaJulius James. Bro, you know, usually I'm all for guys increasing their, bettering their styles of play, if you will. You know, but Julius, especially coming off of last season, his style of play for the Knicks, I never really thought that you could correct it because of the way that he is.
He's like a big Westbrook.
He's a bulldozer. His bread and butter is attacking the basket. You know, I'm a bulldoze. But he's cut down on that. Like, now he's driving to the basket not to get his own, but to find out the best shot on the floor.
To get to his left.
But he could finish with his left, finish with his right. But he's passing more.
Proven winner. You know,
he's I don't know about that, but you know, he's trying quick. He's trying to. I can see it that Tom Thibodeau has him wanting to improve his game, and that's why he's at 24 points a game, 10 rebounds, and 7.5 assists. Bro, that's OD. Who would have ever thought Julius Randle would do that?
If the Knicks make the playoffs, I'm gonna say
he might need an MVP voter too.
He'll prove it winner if they make the play. Just the playoff. I respect it.
So, like, Julius Randle, and the Knicks look good. Like, they got blown out the first couple games of the year. Then they blow out Milwaukee by 20.
Yeah, that was nice.
They bounced back well. You know, they won a very sloppy game against Cleveland, but they didn't hang their hats. I'm a huge Knicks fan. I done seen them for years play well and then hang their hats in the second half. They haven't done it. You know what I'm saying? They're playing competitively. And you could tell that they're giving an effort on the defensive end. Yeah. Their offense looks a little bit better than what it did last year, but Julius Randle's a big part of why it looks better. So I'm gonna give him his credit early on. He definitely deserves it.
Julius.
You know, he definitely deserves it. And you know, like, this is a surprise disappointment. A surprise disappointment, because when I say the name, I'm pretty sure that everybody's gonna be like, "What the hell is he talking about?" But my surprise disappointment as a player, and I'll get into why the team is disappointing as well, is Nikola Jokic.
Oh,
it's Jokic, and I'm gonna say why. And you know, Jokic, there's no question that this guy is very unique for a big man. He's very unique. You know, he's already the greatest passing big man this league has ever seen, and it's not even close. I'll give him that. But it's from the day that he reached stardom, I always seen it in the kid. He has no backbone. He has no backbone. What you mean
with that specifically, though?
Like, he has no backbone. He doesn't have the will to win a basketball game. He's a guy that puts up numbers.
You said name brand, right?
Yeah, name brand. Like, and I think that he can ascend to said level because big men can ascend to those levels of dominance, and he has skill. But it's like there's no way the Denver Nuggets are as good as Jamal Murray makes them.
We're saying that for 2 years too, y'all.
You know what I'm saying? Jamal Murray in the bubble. Listen, if Jamal Murray doesn't have that performance in the bubble, they're out in the first round.
Right, facts.
And what's your take on Jokic then?
I listen.
He was putting up good numbers too next to Jamal Murray. But he always puts up good numbers. That's what he is. I'm going to get the 15 assists. You never seen a big man get 15 assists like this. It's cool, but then look at how they're 1-4. And the only game that they won, Jamal Murray played well. They just hyped up the triple-double he just had. They hyped up the triple-double on NBA Twitter. They hyped up the triple-double Jokic had where he had 18 assists. I think it was 18 assists. He lost the game.
They got spanked, though?
I don't think they got spanked, but they lost the game.
They got spanked. That would have been bad.
They just lost to James Harden the other night. It wasn't James Harden. It was Booker. They just lost to Booker.
Yeah,
they just lost to Booker, and Chris Paul hit the floating one-legged jump shot over Jokic. And it's like, listen, that kid does not have not one single winning bone in his body. He just knows how to perform. Like I said when we were talking about, I'm not sure if it was the rough episode or the first episode, that Jokic's style of play leads to wins. Because it leads to regular season wins. Yeah. You could pile up regular season W's this way. Yes, because this is an offensive oriented league, and when you have the ball moving the way you do, you're gonna get open looks. You're gonna score a lot of points. But when defenses are actually sitting down and actually asking, how do we stop Jokic? They realize, bro, let him run up his numbers.
Run it up.
I'll never forget when they played Portland. Then they went to the 7 games. I'll never forget. Was it the 4 overtime game? It was, and they were getting ready to close out one of, I think it was the overtime or the 4th quarter, and Jamal Murray is yelling at Jokic to get in the post. In the final possession of the quarter.
It's not bad.
He's like, bro, he's yelling at him to get in the post, and he gets in the post, he gets the ball, and he draws the foul. He misses a free throw, and that's why they go to another period. But bro, you got the second best player on your team yelling at you because you're 7 feet with a decent bag of tricks, and you're not getting it. You're not putting your back to the basket. Like, what are you doing?
Name brand. We gonna see. We got proven winner alert, and we just gonna say name brand.
Name brand basketball player, bro. Like, for real. And it's like I don't get it. Like I don't get it with some of these guys and why, like, and
I can't tell you.
And NBA Twitter, like, they hype these guys up so much, and it's like me. I don't like to hype people up because I need to see how you do when the opposing team is dead trying to stop you from winning a game.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? And Jokic has never shown me that, hey, if the opposing team is trying to stop me from winning a game, I'm going to win this game regardless.
Never.
He's never showed it to me. So that's when people say he's better than Embiid. I'm like, no, he's not.
Can't be.
No, he's not. And he don't defend.
That's what I'm saying. He can't be. Any big that don't defend, I'm sorry.
But, I'm supposed to take this guy extremely serious because he can rack up regular season wins. And because he can get the triple-double. Listen, the triple-double stat now, it's the most overrated stat in the world.
It is, because this shit light
doesn't mean anything.
It's light kicks now.
It does not mean anything.
If it's positionless basketball, of course it's gonna not mean it. I'm pretty sure this is what I'm gonna do. If we ever get to hoop again in life, like, run like summer hoops and shit, I'm gonna have somebody do all stats, bro.
Have somebody that just compiling the stats. Everybody on the court.
I guarantee you, half of us is putting up triple doubles. I want to hear it. In game is 21. Facts,
bro. Jokic, listen, he's a talented guy, extremely talented, but I just don't think that he has that backbone. He don't have that dog in him.
Nah,
he don't have that dog in him, and he's not a big shot guy, if you will.
No dog.
Another disappointing squad. I guess people say I probably nitpick, but I don't like how the Warriors have started at all.
Well, why are you nitpicking? Warriors, man, booby.
Like I was watching that game, Warriors and the Trailblazers, and I'm saying, I really do think it's gonna be a long year for Steph Curry. I really do, because like I said, like he's gonna have to start carrying this team if he really wants to. If they have any hopes of really going to the playoffs,
he really carry the team.
He never has carried a team. Like the only time that you could say he did was the first championship, because he was the best player on that team. Like that wasn't a debate either. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like he was the best player on the team, but he didn't win Finals MVP. You know what I'm saying? So he's been accustomed to having these great players around him.
Yeah.
You know, and even like, you know, Klay Thompson, he's gonna end his career arguably as one of the greatest role players of all time. Like, and that's what, listen, because for what it's worth, Scottie Pippen's one of the greatest role players of all time, if not the greatest one.
There's two.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like, and the reason why I say Klay is gonna go down as the role player is because he's never really established himself as the best player, or like, you know, he never gave himself like the look like, oh, like CJ McCollum, he's given himself the look like, oh, if I had my own team, I would eat.
Facts. Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Klay's never done that. You know, Klay is just established himself as the best, one of the like top 2 shooters all time, and you know, a great 3-and-D player. Draymond Green.
Draymond too.
He's a defensive player of the year, but the guy would suck on any other team. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Put him on
like,
Charlotte, him and LaMelo.
And you know, so you know, now he has to, you know, Steph has to carry these guys, and it could lead to pressure, you know, because he's never done this before.
But he got a good anchor, low key, because James Wiseman is on Rookie of the Year. Like, he been on his thing, bro.
I mean, if you know Steve Kerr was a smart man, you would just, it would be Steph and James Wiseman as much as possible, pick and roll as much as possible. And you know, there's no reason why James Wiseman, the way that the Warriors are playing, he should run away with Rookie of the Year. He should run away with it at this point. Because you got Steph Curry, he's gonna command attention. You're gonna command attention, and Steph is giving him some great looks early on this season.
Damn, bro.
So
6'11", 7 foot.
You know, and the kid has game
passes,
but they've looked very lackluster.
Yeah,
they look like they don't even want to defend.
We know that about Steph, and I know these first.
You know, but they don't really look like they're trying to really like seriously win. Even Draymond made his debut yesterday, but it didn't really do much for them.
Could it be a theory of? I mean, they proven winners, but it's a business at the end of the day. So could tanking be in those sites, maybe?
I mean, you don't trade for Kelly Oubre to tank. Remember when we were doing the episode of Quickies that I had you on.
Yeah.
We talked about it. You know, when we talked about it, you bring Kelly Oubre, that addition of Kelly Oubre, the like ownership has to pay $60 million extra because of that move, because they're taxpayers.
Yeah, man.
So if I'm ownership and you're telling me I have to give up $60 million in taxes because I'm bringing in a guy to try to help us compete, there's no such thing as tanking here. I'm not paying $60 million to tank.
No.
So as much as it's a business and you know you might be thinking of the future, they have Minnesota's draft pick. They have Minnesota's draft. They don't need to tank. They could just play.
I'm trying to start something.
They could just play. So it's they've come off on the wrong foot because they're getting reality checked right now. And it's disappointing because Stephen Curry is he's the golden child.
It's a new league, bro.
He's the golden child, and now I think Steph Curry and the team struggles has only put it into perspective what guards can do.
Right? Or 30, one of the two.
He's a little older than that. I think he's like 34.
I'm not saying 33. That he can't, no, I'm not saying that he can't hoop. What I'm saying is that, like, it's a new age, bro. That's it.
And we're in a league that the guys that are leaps and bounds, like guys that could get you to the playoffs without any problem, no matter what team they're on, those players are not guards. When you think about players that you could put on any team, and they'll go to the playoffs, any team and they'll go to the playoffs, they're not guards.
I'm saying James.
LeBron James, Kevin Durant, Giannis Antetokounmpo is a dude that he could get you to the playoffs based off how tall he is and his style of play.
PG, technically.
Regular season, when he's not pandemic P, he's as good as anybody in the league. James Harden's a guard, but the guy is huge.
Yeah.
So he's huge, like, you know what I'm saying. So he and his style and his game, he takes any team to the playoffs, and he could take any lackluster teammate to the playoffs. Now it's time for Steph. Now it's time for Steph to show that I could take a lackluster roster to a playoff.
You ain't Braun. Sit down, boy.
You know what I'm saying? KD did a lot. KD did a lot for him.
KD did a lot.
KD did a lot for him, bro. KD is the difference between, Golden State being a dynasty and Golden State just winning one chip and being forgotten about.
Bro, has 6 rings.
Because if you think about it, listen, they won that championship. Golden State won that first one, and then they lost the second one. They lost, and LeBron came down from 3-1.
Right.
If they don't go get KD, they shattered. They're done.
That's a fact.
They're not winning the finals again.
I got your heart, so you go get your big brother.
Exactly. So you gotta get Kevin Durant, and Kevin Durant, they always treated him funny. They always made it seem like Durant wasn't. They always made it seem like he wasn't the best player.
You know why? This is why, and this is what one of my bros. Shout out to my son Glass. He said this in organically. When I said in the little clip I did on IG, organically, bro. That's why. You weren't ever really here again. It's like being a stepdad. You ain't never, ever, ever gonna get the credit for having this kid. Ever. So stop.
But that's fine. Like, I might have not been here organically, but I'm the best player on this team, and it's not up for debate. It's not up for debate. I'm the best player on this team, and I play as such.
That love is never gonna be.
You know what I'm saying? And the thing is that we get to the playoffs, and y'all rely on me.
But you still not homegrown.
And then the ice and listen, the icing on the cake was the finals that Durant missed. That was the icing on the cake.
I try to blame that on
because he played 11 minutes. In that series, and in those 11 minutes, bro, you would have thought that Golden State was winning the title.
And I blame Golden State too for that. Why they let that man play, bro? Let him heal up. I know it's the finals, but bro, this is your life, bro. We would have never imagine like that. Imagine we never would have saw KD, bro. Again after that, because they want to keep playing again. That's like some D Rose shit. Think about it. D Rose should have been out that game, bro. Everyone knows this. This is years ago, but like everyone knows this. D Rose should have not been playing in that game.
It's just I look the Warriors. Listen, Durant saved them.
Right.
Durant saved them, and I think that now Steph Curry's gonna get that reality check. Like, damn, like I gotta actually do what Damian Lillard's done for the past 5-10 years. Like, I mean, like
now you know how it feels. Be in the middle of the pack. So why you not an MVP? I mean, an All-Star, bro. I gotta carry 40. 40 wins.
I mean, we'll see. We'll see what holds down the line for Golden State, but for now, they've started off on the wrong foot, if you ask me.
Yeah. Speaking of starting off on the wrong foot, for all my true dookies, that's a funny one. But anyways, growing pains, man. I want to talk about New Orleans and how Zion is actually. It's not that he's not dominant. He's not. I've been saying this forever. He's still not the best player just because he's been doing what he did in college and high school. You gotta earn them stripes here too. And from what I see so far, bro, truthfully, man, he's a tweener. And right now he's struggling between that. And if you watch the games, of course he's gonna get to his spots. But in the times where he can't get to his spots in transition, defensive transition, or things of that nature, he gets exposed on defense. He gets exposed crazy. No matter if you're switching, it's over. And I'm saying that as he doesn't know his responsibilities as the big in the league. And he's been playing as a guard his whole career. As a youngin' and stuff. Maybe in college a little bit. That's not enough. So now learning how to play as a big in the NBA is a big transition, but he's trying to like guard it up too at the same time. So that's why I call him a tweener. I'm not saying that he's a bust or nothing. Hell no, I'm never saying that. But just he's a growing pains right now. This is what it looks like.
One thing's for sure about Zion Williamson, I would say, he's lived up to his bill because his strengths coming out of college, the NBA has not taken that away from him. His life is not difficult. What he's done in Duke, he's doing it in the NBA.
Right.
The thing is that it was impactful on Duke. It's not impactful in the NBA.
Nope.
And the reason why I say that right now, like, I want to say New Orleans is not reaping the benefits. His biggest problem is that he's a tweener. He's not a center.
You already got guards.
He's not a center. He's not a power forward. He's not a small forward. He doesn't have a small forward's game. He doesn't have moves. He doesn't have like a traditional post game or nothing. He plays on like straight athleticism. And
theory right here, right? Alright, so my theory is since Lonzo and Josh Hart are not re-signing this year, they're going to test the free agent waters. I believe that they're going to try to move Zion to either some type of point guard or two guard. Or not even, I mean, this position looks basketball right now, but they're going to have him in more of those type of situations if this whole 4-5 thing don't work out. I really don't think it's going to work out.
But how would I run him on the perimeter? He has no perimeter game.
This is the thing. You could put him at maybe 2-3. If I was his trainer, I'd have him work off ball all summer. That's just me. Work off ball all summer.
But his shot is funky. His shot, like
all summer.
I can't even. It's like he dead pushes the ball. Like
he mad brolic.
It's his shot's so funky. You know what? I think that New Orleans, they gotta get a guy that could. They gotta get him a running mate that could shoot the basketball. So you have Brandon Ingram.
Yeah,
Ingram at this point, Brandon Ingram, he's established that this kid he can play basketball.
All-star this season.
It's second nature to him. He could play basketball. Steven Adams can't be there long term.
No.
Because he can't shoot.
He's putting Zion in a predicament.
And it's clogging the lane.
Right.
Because Zion's bread and butter is at the basket. Steven Adams cannot play outside of the paint.
That's why I think the way I'm thinking right now.
You know, but the thing is, and you know what, but you know like I said, Lonzo, he's a fantastic facilitator. But he's just not the point guard for New Orleans. No. And the reason why is because they need a guy that could shoot the basketball.
Somebody that can hit consistent
threes. Exactly. Somebody that could really spread the floor.
Not even EV could do that.
Exactly. Don't even get me started by Eric Bledsoe. He gets me mad.
Isn't he back in New Orleans?
He's in New Orleans right now.
Wasn't he like there previously? I'm bugging.
Now you are.
EG. I'm thinking Eric Gordon. Bugging.
And so their lineup look is like this: is Lonzo, Eric Bledsoe, Brandon Ingram, Zion Williamson, Steven Adams.
That could work. Could.
The thing is, Eric Bledsoe's a brick house.
You're not catching.
You know, Zion doesn't shoot, Steven Adams doesn't shoot, and Lonzo has his moments. You know, he's not a consistent shooter, and he's not a long ball threat. You know, he's not somebody that the defense is gonna say, "Yo, you gotta stick with him." They have JJ Redick, but if all JJ Redick brings is running around screens,
straight down.
That's it. So they don't really have skillful guys. They got guys that could do a thing or two. So they need to revamp their roster. They need a shooting center.
Go get.
They need like a Miles Turner. They need a Miles Turner. That way Zion can make his bread. He could do his thing in the
Zion, you need too much. You an all-star. What's going on here, bro? We over here doing so much for you.
Listen, some of these guys are high maintenance. Like, you know, Zion is a high maintenance prospect, and the reason why is because his deficiencies are deficiencies that can cripple NBA teams. John Morant, John Morant, that's a kid that's not high maintenance. No. You could take John Morant and slap him on a team, and he's gonna contribute. You know what I'm saying? Get well soon, Ja. Get well soon. But you have guys like R.J. Berry.
Yeah.
I'm a heavy Knick fan, but that kid is high maintenance because he struggles to shoot. Shit. He struggles to shoot. He has no legit bag.
None.
So it's like
respected.
The
Maple Mamba. That was crazy. I heard that. Bro.
You need to put people around those players with those deficiencies, because it's one thing that a guy struggles to defend. Young guys struggle to defend, struggle to do things on offense. But when your struggles on offense are things that are needed in this league, like shooting, ball handling, and just being switchable,
I'm gonna keep it a buck with you, bro.
It's difficult.
This is why I ain't gonna lie. I know like a lot of people either respect or talk shit about Kawhi, but this is one of the reasons why he's the last of a dying breed. Because bro, like, he earned his stripes on defense and then molded his game. Oh, Jimmy Butler too. I'm sorry, Jimmy Butler. That's a fact. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what a proven winner, and not even the proven winner, a Canvas prospect should be about, bro. Like.
But when, but those guys weren't Canton's guys. That's the thing. Those are just guys that they got the proper coaching.
I give you that.
It's the proper coaching.
Yes, put the hard on.
Exactly. And Zion, and I'm not trying to say nothing about Stan Van Gundy, because you have to still put it. This is his second year in the league, so you're still trying to figure things out.
Not good with young players, bro. Never been.
He may do with Dwight. But then
that's
again,
Dwight.
You know what I'm saying? But that's the thing, Zion Williamson was a better prospect than Dwight coming out.
Exactly. You got more than that, and you still can't put the pieces.
I see Zion. If Zion has to play the 4 the rest of his career,
it's over.
You need to get him a shooting center. You got to put a lot of shooting around him. I don't think he'll be average, because I think the kid is just. He's too gifted athletically, because he could easily I think he's averaging 20 and 10 right now.
Yeah.
And we're talking about him the way that we are. But that's because we see through it.
You get right.
Because we see through the
numbers. Your buckets.
We see through it. And we that 20 and 10 that he's averaging is not impacting the Pelicans at all.
Not at all.
Sorry. You know what I'm saying? Like, he had a great game against Phoenix. They lost by 40.
Yeah, I was talking.
You know what I'm saying? So
on Twitter too.
I see him as the ultimate small ball 5, because he could jump out the gym, and I think he could defend at a high level if he puts his head down and believes in it.
You feel like he can guard all 5 positions?
Hell no, but I think that he's athletically gifted enough to the point where, and he's strong enough in which he can make life hard for bigs.
Yeah.
They might still find a way to score, because the Embiids of the world can score on anybody. So and then Zion 6'6".
Dreams, yeah.
So it's gonna be easy.
Why
to
he
score.
don't just trim down, get yacht, just become like a like Charles Barkley, bro.
But that's the thing. That's the thing. Like,
when he was on his shit.
The biggest thing about Zion Williamson that he's gonna have to answer in his career too, on top of where he's actually gonna play for the rest of his career, is at what weight can he still be the terror that he is on offense? Because he could slim down to 225, but he can't bounce off people the way that he does. So, but then if he stays at 285,
I mean, if he train with me, I'll show you.
Right now, I think he's about at 260, 265. Maybe he had, but
why he so big? Oh, cause he from down south.
Bro, he was in college. He was 285 in college.
He's from down south, so like they eat different.
And the thing is, in college, it's not really. Nobody really cares, because those kids they cannot stand next to him. They don't want to take a charge. No. You think that they're gonna stand in front of Zion?
Coach, you better pay for my tuition, nigga. Take a charge, nigga.
If I take a charge from Zion Williamson, bro, you gotta pay my medical bill. But in the NBA, they don't care about that, because they can defend that.
And I got insurance in the NBA.
You know what I'm saying? Exactly. And my money guaranteed, coach. My money guaranteed. I'm good. I'm not whack. I'm a pro. My money guaranteed. I'll take this job.
Yo, facts.
But if I'm not playing, if I'm not playing, I'm getting my money though. I don't care. So and NBA defense, this is professional players. They know how to defend this stuff, or at least they know how to make it impactful.
Defend.
Alright. I want to get your opinion on something. Because I'm a Jets fan, and obviously we had a shitty season, but fans are upset that we won a couple games because it took us out the Trevor Lawrence sweepstakes. And Trevor Lawrence is obviously like the apple of scouts' eyes because he's considered the next Peyton Manning, and he's this can't miss prospect. So like are you like, do you believe that tanking is the right thing to do, even if the guy that you're tanking for is like this dude that people believe can change the course of your franchise?
All right, so I believe that you gotta make. It's just like an investment, bro. It's just like an investment. If you are not just a person, it could be anything. It could be whatever it is. Let's say you're banking on the water getting colder over the next 5 hours. Whatever it is. As long as you pay attention to two things, bro. Is this person or is this thing beneficial, more of an asset, or is it going to be more of a liability? First thing. That's why I say it's an investment. So you got to really look at that. So is this person, has their behavior on and off the court, leadership qualities, things of that nature? Because if this is somebody you're investing in, you would look for, leadership characteristics and things of that nature. So if you're going to tank, you might want to tank for somebody that can change the game and really wants that too.
Because I'm thinking about the only team that I ever seen willing to tank, like willing to lose games purposefully, was the Sixers.
Oh, that was bad, bro.
But when the Colts drafted Peyton Manning, they didn't tank for him. They just weren't good. Yeah. When Detroit went 0-16 and the Lions went 0-16 and they got Matthew Stafford out of that, Stafford can't miss, but Detroit wasn't trying to lose games. They just weren't good enough.
They still not good enough. Yo.
And the Browns, they go 0-16 and they end up with Baker Mayfield, but they weren't good enough. Now, the Jets have won a couple games, so obviously they were good enough to win games. But even though they sacrificed the opportunity to take said player that could change the fortunes of their franchise, do you really expect grown men, professionals, guys who have made this their living and their passion to lose games on purpose? A lot of those guys aren't even going to be on the team next year, so they're playing for their next deal.
All right.
And you want them to just...
I'm thinking of it as a businessman. I'm going to keep it a buck. This is a business. You got to remember that's number one. If you ain't got the bag to spend, then you ain't going to view it like that. And it's true. It's just true. If you had $100 right now, you spend it on what? You spend it on what you need or what you want. But if I don't have $100, I can't tell you what I would do because I don't have it. Simple.
I was watching a show that Michael Smith is on, and he said something that honestly it really made sense to me.
Talk to me, bro.
You can't cheat the gods.
You can't.
If you try to tank, you will not get what you asked for.
Right.
If you try to tank, you will not get what you asked for. Now, I'm going to apply this into Philadelphia, the Sixers. They tried to tank every year. They have Ben Simmons and Embiid and stuff, good players. They're not gonna win a championship together. So trusting the process won't lead to that glory.
Think of it like this, bro. I'm taking on some relationship shit.
Oh, God.
Yo, you stupid. Oh, I can't with you. Yo, so bro, think of it like this, man. if you in a relationship and you see a guy, if this is for males or females, you in a relationship, you see a guy or girl that actually fits the categories that you actually looking at, but you're with somebody, what do? Do you tank? Do you start fucking up the relationship because like this shit trash? It's the same thing. You gotta make an investment. Like it's for real.
You start becoming a shitty boyfriend so she could leave and you could just jump to the next.
Or you a shitty girlfriend, so like, all right, this nigga, I bet. Because this nigga, feel me, I'm trying to, it's real though.
That's tough.
Tanking shit is real. It goes in any aspect topic. So,
but when it comes to the tanking and stuff, like I feel like when I heard Michael Smith say that, like you cannot cheat the gods. Yeah. Like if you purposefully try to lose the games to get said player or whatever, the gods are not gonna let that happen. Thanks. So it's like I get it. Like when the Knicks were the worst team in the NBA a couple years back. I mean, not even for the Zion draft, and they didn't end up with them. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't think the Knicks were tanking, but they weren't competitive at all. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like I think I heard that and I'm like, that's true. I think tanking does not work for you.
That's
like,
debatable. How about that, man?
Like, I think like obviously I just don't see how you tell grown men to purposely lose games.
I don't know, bro. I truthfully just feel like it's really an investment.
Would you tank for Cade Cunningham right now?
Yeah, it depends. What's my team? What team am I running right now?
Okay, you're Detroit.
Oh hell yeah, him and Killian, I'm rocking with it. That's
but like if you're Dwayne Casey, you're gonna tell your team, oh yo, listen, like we're not really trying to win.
I'm gonna tell my team, play hard, work hard, but work smarter. You feel me?
So like in the draft, like okay, so Cade Cunningham is obviously the apple of
OD.
He's the apple of everyone's eye. He's clearly has established himself this year in college as I'm the number one pick of this draft. I don't care how good this draft is. Right. I'm the best player in this draft. Right. But there's other good players in this draft too. You know what I'm saying? Like you do have Jalen Suggs who's made a name for himself. Evan Mobley is another guy who to me is a can't miss prospect and could change the fortune.
Bro. I want to say that I may be going on a limb. I don't care, but he's the closest thing to AD that the league will see.
Mobley, right? Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. So, like, are you a loser? If you're the Detroit Pistons, are you a loser because you didn't get your hands on who people consider the best prospect? Because are you a loser because you didn't get the guy who is closest to Luka Doncic?
I think Detroit's a loser because they traded Andre Drummond, so they just sat on that asset for years on them.
They didn't get anything.
They could have got so much over the years. They just sat him there. Like, what are you doing? They losers, bro.
But that's something they can't worry about now because whatever happens. But now, like, if you a team like Detroit, like, do you sit there and purposefully lose games to try to give yourself the best chance to take Cade?
This season, I must, because who they got? You name one player besides Killian and Blake. Oh, D Rose, that's a fact. Shout out to D Rose. My fault, D Rose. Respect. But yo, listen. Besides those three, that's it.
Cleveland don't try to tank games.
They don't. They just ass.
But look at that. They don't try to tank games, but now they're 3-2 on the year right now. I mean, last time I looked at the score tonight, like they were losing, but if they're 3-3, and mind you, they've dealt with all those issues with Jim Beeline and all that stuff with Kevin Love and all that stuff, but they're turning a corner. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like they're organically turning a corner. So it's like they're not trying to cheat their process, and they're making do with what they have. Is what I'm saying. So now all of it. Last year they were the worst defensive backcourt in history. This year they're sex land.
Facts.
Nobody cares about their sex land now.
Right.
Like and that's a
Lock
true
up.
like, you know what I'm saying. So I feel like with these can't miss guys, like I just never believed that a can't miss prospect was worth losing your dignity for.
It's true.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I would never want the Knicks to tank for Cade Cunningham.
I would. I'm tanking. Tank.
Like, I wouldn't tank. I wouldn't lose my dignity for a kid who, bro. What if he isn't that? Well, what if he isn't Luka Doncic?
This is why.
What if he's just a more mobile Kyle Anderson?
Shout out to my high school coach. I had a couple coaches, but Coach Reggie, he said this. 2 things. This is exactly why you gotta know who you are, bro. Like, I know who I am. And as a fact, I'm not gonna sit here and bullshit you. If y'all niggas ain't cutting it, I'm gonna start looking over here because y'all ain't cutting it. And that's a fact. And if y'all, listen, I'm not gonna BS it. You could play hard all you want, and I know you ain't it. Next. That's a fact.
But it's not that I disagree with that. And the reason why I disagree with that is because you're not sitting there looking at your guys like, y'all not good enough. You're sitting there looking at your guys and saying, yo, I don't want you to play to your standards because I'm looking at him.
Don't play to your standards because obviously your standards are not standardable.
I would never look at RJ Barrett and say, kid, I don't want you to play good because I want to take Cade Cunningham to try to put him next.
Why not do this? Why not make it look at it another way and just be like, yo, work on Wooty Whoop this year. Like how that's what my high school coaches used to do. Yo, in the summer they tell you work on this, or towards the end of the season they would sit us down. You should work on this. Or work on
when the year is over and done with, sure, like, you know what I'm saying. But like
training camp,
you know, Philly wasn't doing that. Philly
training camp,
when Sam Hinkie was applying trust the process, those dudes were treating those games like practice, purposefully.
Definitely.
And that environment was bad.
That was bad, bro.
It was a bad environment. Those former players that used to deal with that. Look, Michael Carter Williams, Nerlens Noel. You had
Jaleel
Okafor. All those guys that were a part of this movement.
Greased.
They were all done dirty because they weren't the apple of their eyes that that Philly was chasing. Philly just got lucky that Embiid turned out to be
lucky or greedy because they had like draft pick after draft pick after draft pick.
And mind you, the best thing that came out of trusting with the process was a guy that wasn't drafted first overall. Embiid wasn't drafted first overall. He was drafted 3rd.
He wigged.
You know what I'm saying? So it's tanking purposefully and trying to take the number one pick. It doesn't work that way. Look at how some of these drafts unfold. Look at the 2009 draft. If you were to redo it again, is Blake going number 1? Hell no. Hell no.
I still don't like Blake for that, in general, because he took John Wall Rookie of the Year. I don't like that shit.
That's different, but it's like, you know, it's just that when you look, because like I look at Trevor Lawrence and I ask myself, okay, if the Jets go bad and they tank and they take Trevor Lawrence and he ends up being Phillip Rivers, are you happy with that?
Hell no. Phillip Rivers is no.
He had himself a good career. He's arguably a Hall of Fame quarterback.
Real quick.
But is that what you expected?
Is he a proven winner though? He could be a Hall of Fame, right? No. Exactly. So,
exactly. Because Lawrence is pumped up as the best quarterback prospect since Peyton Manning, and it's him.
Tank for proven winners, bro.
It's him, Peyton Manning, and Andrew Luck. That is the cream of the quarterback prospects. Yeah. That's the cream of the crop. Now, Peyton Manning, gravitational. He changed. He turned the corner his second year. He never looked back. Andrew Luck improved the Colts every year he was
willpower.
There. He had willpower. Exactly. He had things. Those are things you can't teach. Now, what if Lawrence comes into the NFL? He's Matthew Stafford. Is that worth tanking for?
Nah.
Sorry. Exactly.
So you just play. With Coach, I'm squaring up with you.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to let these guys just come in and just figure themselves out. Because who's to say that, you know, the Jets take them? You don't know if the Jets are the best team for them.
But I would say this. I would rather tank for linemen if I was in the quarterback.
To get a dude like Chase Young? Like, when they come up with those generational pass rushers? Absolutely. Absolutely, bro. Them guys that could be rushing the pass.
10 years, boy.
10 years. I'll tank for Von Miller any day of the week.
Oh, facts.
Any day of the week. Any day of the week. Those are guys I tank for.
Listen,
but for guys
we losing this year.
You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, like in the NBA, in football, I don't care what nobody tells me. Quarterbacks grow on trees. Same way like running backs do.
Fact.
Same way receivers do. Quarterbacks grow on trees.
Yo, any NFL team want to sign me, bro? What's up?
In basketball, lead ball handlers grow on trees. That and rim running centers. Those are the two things. Everybody's a lead ball handler in the NBA. Everybody is. Everybody. You can find that anywhere.
My 2K, I don't even play 2K.
For what it's worth, bro, Evan Turner used to be a lead ball handler.
Make you want to go, right? That make you want to take a dump. Like,
You know what I mean? So you can find that anywhere. Tanking, that's not. I don't even want to talk about tanking no more. But
outta here, bro.
like I said, do I think that Cade Cunningham or like an Evan Mobley can change a team's fortunes? Yes. Mobley, especially because Mobley, he's a freak of nature. Like the dude is, if he fills out, bro, like you said, I like that take. He could probably be Anthony Davis.
Yo.
You know what I'm saying? He's very mobile. He can shoot the ball. He reminds me of Davis.
Another player that I want you guys to watch out for in college, and they greasing him. Don't listen to these little rankings. They don't know all these mock drafts. They don't know what they're talking about. That's a fact. Josh Christopher is one of the top prospects, bro. Stop playing.
But he's not can't miss, though.
Can't miss? He's not can't miss?
He's not. He has a great game, but he's not. Do you think that he could go?
You can't teach aggression, bro.
So do you believe that he could walk into any program in the NBA and change their fortunes?
Yeah.
He struggles to pass the ball at Arizona State.
Because niggas is whack, bro. I hate college. I just hate college.
And listen, I watch Josh Christopher because you mentioned him a lot.
Yeah.
The kid has game. He's
nasty.
really good.
Nasty.
But his deficiencies are problematic. He doesn't pass the ball.
I respect it.
He doesn't pass the ball.
I respect
And when you talk about generational, impactful players, like Evan Mobley, there's not nothing he can't do.
He got it all in the baggie.
Cade, there's nothing he can't do.
All
he had to do in Oklahoma State was just prove that he could score when he wants to. And he's done it.
So all in the baggie is can't miss, specialist.
All in the bag. Miss. All in the bag. Like I don't need to be playing in college right now. I'm just doing it because I have to.
That's Josh right there, bro.
I don't know, bro. I don't know.
He wasn't done. I don't care. Get out of here, bro. Show him how we do in the league.
I don't know. You know, he's very talented. Yeah. And since the day that you mentioned him to me, like, you know, he's a very talented kid.
I just like young kids that have the mentality. Yeah, you can't stop me.
He reminds me of Anthony Edwards.
He's
not as bouncy,
right?
But he reminds me of Anthony Edwards.
He's more crafty to me.
But Anthony Edwards wasn't can't miss either. He wasn't can't miss either. Now I'm not saying that Josh Christopher won't get to the league, and he'll probably, if you know, God willing, he gets to a situation where they maximize him, and maybe he becomes the like Harden that people like to look at.
He is gonna be.
You know what I'm saying? Like you know, because when I watch him play, he does remind me of Harden because he plays below the rim, although he could get up there.
Oh yeah, stop playing. I got bouncy.
You know, he plays beloh the rim though. He looks for the layup, not the dunk. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
you get more foul calls looking for the layup.
Exactly. So he has those skills in his, and he's not afraid to shoot. He can shoot off the dribble, shoot mid range, shoot threes. Right. He has those in his repertoire. It's about those things. Is about the players like Josh Christopher, Anthony Edwards. They need to get to the right situation.
Yeah.
Cade Cunningham doesn't need the right situation. You slap him on the team, he's going to improve your basketball team no matter how way you slice it. Evan Mobley, the Washington Wizards need to pray to the basketball gods they walk out with.
Wizards
Evan Mobley.
need to do so much
because Evan Mobley, it's funny how you mentioned that he's like AD. Yeah. But there's something about him that screams Tim Duncan to me.
Uh-oh. And
I'm talking about impact from day one.
Uh-oh.
I think Evan Mobley, he's my favorite to win Rookie of the Year next year.
Oh, snap. Y'all gonna have to go back on this one.
Off rip.
Yeah.
And the reason why is because, bro, there's no way he cannot impact the game.
I gotta do one of these, bro.
He's gonna impact the game quicker than AD did when he came in.
Yeah, that's true. I agree with that.
It took AD a year or two to really say, you know what, bro, I'm dead. I'm like, I could live up to my number one pick status. You know what I'm saying? Mobley, if Mobley gets a situation like Washington, bro, he could win Rookie of the Year with a blindfold on.
I can't argue that.
He could shoot the basketball. Obviously he has to polish his off the dribble. He's good around the basket. He's averaging like 4 blocks a game.
I'm going Cade. They never gonna give another big Rookie of the Year. Jinx. James Wiseman might win it.
Yeah, you might jinx that one. But you see, those are can't miss prospects. But I don't know. I mean, obviously it's harder in the NBA because of the lottery.
Yeah.
But tanking, I don't know. I don't think teams need to tank.
Bro, all right.
There you go.
What's up?
Like, you know, like all these NBA duos, like, I'm like, how do they complement each other? How did he look so far? Like, there's a lot of duos out there. Like,
We were talking about this earlier. I was saying that, like, I like how the KD Kyrie duo was coming about. But B, you made a good point, and I didn't even peep that. So you want to share that with the peep, like what you were saying, bro, about KD and Kyrie, how they look right now.
oh yeah, it's just, you know, it's your turn, my turn, man.
Right.
It's your turn, my turn. It looks very similar to what Kyrie was doing with Braun, except that, you know, with D'Antoni now, like, they just trying to get into it faster. Like, they just doing all this stuff faster. They looked really good to start the year. I'm kind of upset that they took that step back. You know, I mean, granted, it happens to any team, but,
That's a fact.
you know, they started off so high with,
Damn it.
you know,
Nah,
like how they clipped Boston and like how they clipped the
can't
Warriors.
lie,
Like,
bro. I'm gonna give Brooklyn this. Shout out to my bro J Riv. Anyways, by the way, one of my childhood brothers. He been a Nets fan since we was. Can't even tell you. And excuse me, he been a Nets fan since forever. And Karis LeVert, listen, last week you tried it, bro. You thought you was KD and Kyrie. You had your moments. And you came short. It's okay, bro. This is how winners and champs choose to change, bro. It's a fact. You gotta go through trials and tribulations. But Karis LeVert, that's my player of the week, bro, because he tried to step up and double overtime and win the game. Of course, they lost, but listen, man, they not playing. Hey, give me the ball. Why not? Let me try.
I just don't think that. Look, like, playing with LeBron James is different from playing with a guy like KD. KD's come back from the injury as good as you could possibly imagine.
Facts.
Like, it looks like he has no problems out there. So it's just like, I see them take that step back real quick because now they're 3-3, and I'm like, damn, like, they were winning the games with the defense. You know what I'm saying? Like, and KD and Kyrie were getting after it on defense.
Facts.
But you give up 140 points to the Hawks the other night. It's just like,
To the Hawks, boy.
It's just like, I know the Hawks can score, bro, but damn, like, y'all not locking in, like, you know. So I think that with them, like, I want to see more. Like, I want to see them continue to, like, show out the way that they did the first couple games. But
a duo we didn't talk about, and I'm gonna throw on the list: Chris Middleton and Giannis. What you feel about them? That's a duo.
Chris Middleton stepped his game up. He stepped his game up. This guy looks like, first couple games of the year, he looked like he was on triple-double alert every game. Like, but, I mean, Giannis, like, they're going to be a very limited duo. And the reason why I didn't mention them too much, because I think Drew Holiday is good enough to the point where it's like, okay, it's a big three, not necessarily a dynamic duo.
Say that.
But being that Middleton and Giannis are the elder statesmen on that team. So
Right.
I don't know, like, until Giannis improve his bag, he can't be that same old bag of tricks kind of guy.
And for my breakdown, listen, I watch hoops, right? Giannis, I'm not telling you, yo, get a jump shot, ha. Nah, bro, just get post moves. You could do that, or just get a really solid mid range.
Yeah, because the guy, like, he literally doesn't have. I like to say that the best offensive players in the league, they have counters.
Right.
They have counters. They know how to counter what a defense brings to them. The all-time great offensive players have counters for the counter.
And the counter.
Exactly. They could counter you. They could counter the counter. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I do something, you adjust, I can adjust right back. Right. And if you adjust again, I got another move for you. Sure. Like that move that Luka Doncic did on Bam Adebayo, that is countering the counter. Because Bam played great defense. And Doncic pulls up for that pump fake.
Yo.
Bam blocks that. So he just pump fakes and goes in and gets the layup. That's what savvy, smart, and really elite offensive players do.
Gonna jump.
Giannis does not do that. Giannis, His game is to attack the basket, control the middle of the lane, and I'm going to try to get open threes if I can't get my layup.
Nah, if you like 7 foot, it got to be a rule. If you 7, like 6'10" or better, you cannot Euro, bro. Like that shit's Chico, bro.
Yeah, like it's like he's a really dominant.
He's long jumping in the league, bro. Like
he's really dominant, but it's just like you're dominant, but you're limited. Right. Like you're limited, bro. Like you can't do everything. The reason why Shaq was able to live his career that way is because, bro, there was no way you were stopping him.
How you gonna stop me?
There was no way you would stop. He was averaging 30 off the same move. You couldn't stop it. And guess what moves he had? Post moves.
Yeah, stop playing. Shaq had a bag on top of a bag on top of a bag.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he had post moves. You know what I'm saying? He had maneuvers. He could sky hook you. He could just back you down and dunk on you. He had moves. Giannis's only move is to put my head down, go to the basket.
Euro and try to get.
I'm gonna use my length to try to get get an opening and pray for the best. By the time you get to playoff basketball, bro, that shit don't work. You know, I was crying because I was listening to Uncle Murder's wrap up.
I ain't hear you.
I was listening to Uncle Murder's wrap up, and he gets to the point where he's talking about Giannis, and like, yeah, he does. He says like. He says that he turns into JaVale McGee in the playoffs. And I'm like, yo, Uncle Murder's beasting. But it's true. The guy turned mad average in the playoffs, bro, because everybody see that coming.
But JaVale's a champion, so I don't respect that.
Nah, bro. And then JaVale ain't no champion because he got a bag. I'm telling you that. Like,
he got 2 rings now.
Fuck that. Bro, nah. I'm just like, bro, that's crazy. Like, I'm like, yo, you really got, like, Giannis really got people making fun of him. Like, you know what I'm saying? Funny. So I don't, you know, that duo is gonna be a limited duo. You know, but like a duo that's, you know, doing this thing right now is Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. I like JT and JB. What I don't like is, you know, people on NBA Twitter trying to make it seem like JB's better than JT.
They bugging. You smoking.
That's not
dust.
true. I want people to understand that the reason why Jaylen Brown can excel the way he excels on offense, especially the way that he plays, is because of Jason Tatum's gravitational pull on for the defense.
Come on.
If Jason Tatum's not on the floor, Jaylen Brown can't do half the things he's doing. Right,
he's not as effective. We all know this.
Because Jaylen Brown don't really got a bag. He don't really got a bag. It's not like he gonna kill you with like dribble moves or something like that. Like, he's just a very like, I'm gonna get straight to the point kind of scorer.
I respect it.
And I respect it. But he looks really good because of Jason Tatum and the amount of attention the defense gives him. But they look really good though. Right now they're looking really solid, and I think that, you know, they could really make something happen. They still have their problems, but as a team, but as a duo right now, they looking really.
Who would you rather have? Listen, we're gonna talk 2-on-2s real quick. 2-on-2s. Who would you rather have? Wall and Bill. Bill and Westbrook. That shit sound crazy now. Bill and Westbrook or CJ McCollum and Dame.
The Portland backcourt. 10 times out of 10. Every day of the week, twice on Sunday.
Why?
Because they just, bro, like I said, like I'm not a huge fan. I'm not a huge fan of backcourts. I don't think they work. Like I said, if you run the list of NBA's history, no team has ever won a championship with 2 high usage backcourt players. It's never happened.
Borderline Detroit. Borderline with Chauncey and Rip.
But they weren't. Rip wasn't high usage
at all.
And if any Detroit team that was that, it was probably the Bad Boys, because it was Isaiah Thomas and Joe Dumars, but Joe Dumars wasn't high usage.
Oh.
I mean, you can go to prehistoric basketball and think about Jerry West and Gail Goodrich.
Oh, nah.
Goodrich, I'm pretty sure wasn't high usage. You know what I'm saying? No team has ever won that way. So
viewers ain't even that old, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Like, no team has ever won that way. But if I had to pick a backcourt, I'm picking Damian Lillard and CJ McCollum. 7 days a week, twice on Sunday.
All right, so Benny Hannes and Joel Embiid versus AD and Braun.
AD and Braun. Braun not scared to shoot. Right. Braun's not scared to dominate a game.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, Braun's not scared to dominate a game. Anthony Davis not scared to dominate a game. Joel Embiid's not scared to dominate a game. But, bro, like I said, it's not a point that Ben Simmons can't shoot. There's a lot of players in this league that can't shoot. I'm a Knicks fan. RJ Barrett can't shoot. You know what I'm saying?
You be saying that so proud. I respect you, bro.
You know, but at the end of the day, you know, because there's a difference between can't shoot and not being willing to shoot.
Yeah.
Ben Simmons is not willing to shoot.
Giannis be trying.
And that's why he has those games. He makes 5 threes a game.
Facts.
He makes 5 threes.
He be trying, bro.
He tries, and his confidence. Ben Simmons sits there. Ben Simmons is the only player in this league that gets publicity because he makes 1 3.
That's a fact. That's valid.
You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, Simmons, he's not willing to take it. Listen, we play ball, even though it's like, you know, pick up basketball outside with our friends.
Yeah.
When you're playing somebody and there's a non-shooter on the other team and you're guarding a non-shooter, right? You give him space, obviously, you know. But if he's a willing shooter and he takes them, although there's a good chance he's gonna miss them, he's gonna make one of them, right? And what's gonna be your reaction when he makes that 1 3? You're gonna go, fuck. Because they usually save that bullet
for the last jump.
Exactly. We play pickup. This happens all the time in pickup basketball. They save that one make for a crucial moment in the game. And what is your reaction? Fuck. Smart shot. You can live with it, but you still lost. Simmons does not take them. Simmons just sits there, and the defense is like, okay, he's just not gonna take them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that to me, like Jason Kidd, bro, they used to call him Ason Kidd because he ain't had no J.
Yeah, I'm bugging now. He one of the top 3 points.
But the thing is, even in New Jersey, he still used to take the threes.
Facts.
He still used to take them
Because
what he always said, bro, if that's the best shot, I'm gonna take it. Make or miss, I'm gonna take it. It's the best shot available to me, and it's the best shot that I could get from my offense.
Right, I need that.
So it's important.
Efficiency.
It's like, bro, it's the willingness behind it. Bro, he can go 0 for 100, bro. Just shoot them.
That's what efficiency is. Taking the right shots and making the right shots. And you don't have,
bro, and the thing is that it's so simple because you could just start off by taking spot up threes or wide open threes, or if you go through a screen and they just sag under the screen and they give you a bunch of space, take a dribble, pop it. If you make it, you make it. If you miss, you miss, but it's the best shot you're going to get. And that's why Philly just won't get to that next level. Because Jason Kidd got to those finals because he was willing to take those shots.
Right, I'll miss. I don't care.
If I miss, I miss. If I make it, I make it. And that's how it is. This is the best shot I'm going to get. And there's too many times where a Ben Simmons 3 is the best shot that Philly's offense gets.
Listen,
and they don't do it.
You heard what B just said? If I miss, I miss. If I make it, I make it. To all my young boys out here, you see shorty you like, think she cute, shoot, bro.
If she say no, she say no. If she say yeah, you got a girl.
Facts. I had a girl anyways. I was just saying. You could do that too.
Anyway, you know. But it's like that. So I'm again like Simmons and Embiid, very limited duo.
Yo.
Very limited.
Very limited. Who's even more limited than those two?
Bradley B. or Russell Westbrook.
I was waiting for you to say it.
Oh man, them guys is limited.
Bro. Come here, Westbrook.
I hope that people finally understand, you know, what I mean. Like when I talk about James Harden and the name brand teammates that Houston gave him.
Christian Wood's not name brand. Shout out to Christian Wood. My son is
well,
real.
you know, John Wall won't be. I mean, not John Wall. James Harden won't be playing with him long.
Boogie so is name brand though.
You know what I'm saying?
You still got to prove that.
But you know, Russell Westbrook and Bradley Beal, it's just that they're a limited group. You know why they're limited? Because neither of them motherfuckers defend. None of them niggas defend. Them niggas don't defend. Them guys do not defend.
Can't stop.
And the rest of the team don't defend.
It's even worse.
Bro, these guys just want to score a bunch of points. They don't want to defend. They want to do nothing.
I don't like this league, bro.
They just piling up stats.
I was talking to some OGs, right? I ain't gonna say. I mean, they OGs, and like they like I don't even like watching basketball no more because of like the way it is. And I'm like, bro, I get it, man. This shit nasty. It's nasty. Nobody play D. I get it. You know, money. I get it, bro.
The game evolves. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The game evolves. But you know, Westbrook gets me upset because he's digressed.
OD.
He used to be able to shoot.
He used to post niggas up.
He used to post people up. He used to shoot the mid-range and shoot the mid-range very effectively.
That's actually who I got my pull-up jump shot from in the beginning.
Remember when he was in OKC and he always used to do the transitional mid-range pull-up.
Facts.
And that was one of the best moves in the NBA. He doesn't do it no more.
Done.
He can't make mid-range baskets.
Don't even do the backboard zone.
He's never been a strong three-point shooter, and that's okay. But bro, it's like, bro, you really digressed in your skill level, bro. Like now you just play an athletically based game.
I guess that's what happens when you become a father. Certain things I'm good.
I'm a dad. I'm supposed to just not know about sports no more because I'm a dad.
That's all I could think of.
I'm supposed to
he
like.
Got twin kids. He got shorty.
I can't.
Life goes.
Like he ain't got time to be in the gym no more in the whole season. Come on,
life
bro.
Life is great. Shorty wanted me to feel me like.
I guess, bro. Maybe
business.
he's distracted in his off-court life, bro. I don't know, bro. But it's like. I don't know, bro. It's just that it's just fun. Again, that's just another limited group, and I think that it's just a limited duo. You know what I'm saying?
Anybody else has a duo? Leave it in the comments that we forgot or that you want to bring light to.
Yeah,
be my guest.
Listen, we're gonna be here for we gonna be here for a very long time. And we want to interact with y'all as much as we can. So please, like, comment anything y'all want us to talk about in the near future. So
Fendi.
That's a fact. You know what a duo that get me tight?
Who, bro?
Nikola Jokic and Jamal Murray, bro. Like, is that even really a duo, bro?
No,
like,
no.
Like,
it's a solo act.
That's a top tier duo to people. Like,
it's a solo act,
bro.
Jamal Murray. That's it. Sorry,
bro.
I rock with Michael Porter Jr. So he's a low key doing his thing, learning.
He's having a good year. He's having a good year. Hopefully they get to a point where they're probably like a big three. Like, yo, listen. I want to talk about Jamal Murray and Nikola Jokic especially because I seen on Twitter like last week or a week or so.
What they said, bro?
And they said that if you're the Denver Nuggets, it doesn't make sense to trade a 24-year-old point guard to the Rockets and assets on top of it to the Rockets to get James Harden because he's 32, whatever the case may be, because of an age kind of scenario, right? And I'm sitting there looking at it like, boy, you dumb as hell. Because here's the thing about banking on players. Jamal Murray's making max money. Do you think Jamal Murray will ever be a finalist for MVP? No?
Not as long as D-Book is in the West.
Do you believe that Jamal Murray can make 3 straight All-Star games?
Yeah. Now that, I can.
He can make 3 straight All-Star games.
The MVP, I don't see it.
Do you think he can win a scoring title?
Yeah.
Do you think he can win an assist title?
No, not at all.
Do you think he could ever be a decent defender in this league?
That's about will. So I'm going to say 50-50. It depends on how bad you really want to win.
Now, I'll slice this for you. Like the same way I wanted to slice it to that guy, but there's just some things I just don't want to respond to. James Harden, MVP. I don't have to worry about him being an MVP finalist. He's an MVP award winner.
Right, that's what I do.
And he's been a finalist for the last 3 seasons.
That's what I do.
Scoring champion. Not just once, not just twice, 3 years in a row.
That's what I do.
Averaging 30. Assist champion. Perennial all-star.
What I do.
This guy has literally not missed an all-star game since he's been on the Rockets. He hasn't missed an all-star game at all. He's a perennial all-star.
That's what I do.
The guy is premier. He is, listen, Jamal Murray at his peak is not half of James Harden. Today. James Harden is out of shape right now. And his first game of the fucking year, he had 44 points and 17 assists. And he's out of shape. He don't want to play for the Rockets. And this is what he's doing, and he don't want to play.
Boy, it's good to be
And
great.
you telling me that if I'm the Nuggets, I'm not giving him up. I'm not trading for him because of Jamal Murray?
Yeah.
If I'm the Sixers, I'm not giving him up because of Ben Simmons?
Yeah, it's bugged. That's big bugged.
Those dudes
Buggy.
at the pinnacles of their careers would never be half of what James Harden is. James Harden, like I said, he is the greatest offensive. He's the greatest generator of offense in league history. If you ever need to get 2 points, No, not even 2 points.
Holla if you need
point.
me.
By any means necessary, you need a point.
Well, James, not me.
Call James Harden.
Facts. Yeah,
and Denver, if you don't trade for James Harden, you're not winning the chip anytime soon. Philly, you don't trade for James Harden, you're not winning the chip anytime soon.
Trade for Jokic, Houston. Just
you know what I'm saying?
Jamal Murray.
Y'all not. Listen, those are two teams. Y'all don't trade for James Harden. Y'all not getting no ring.
Bro, Denver is not it.
Y'all not getting no ring.
Never gonna be it.
Y'all not getting no ring. Miami. Stop thinking Tyler Hero all that.
Yo, facts.
Y'all better walk his ass to Houston. Him and Duncan Robinson walk their asses to Houston. Put them on your backs as a fan and run to Houston. Go get your ass James Harden.
Real shit.
Because listen, you know, especially a team like Miami, y'all might not have to give up Bam Adebayo.
No, you don't. Not at all. Why would you?
Y'all don't have to give up Bam Adebayo. Y'all don't have to give up Bam Adebayo. Walk those white kids.
You better learn how to barter.
Y'all gotta walk those white boys to Houston, bro. Walk those white boys to Houston. They'll be fine. They'll be fine. It's a business. It happens. But I'm so sick and tired of seeing people say it's not worth it. James Harden is better than some of y'all favorite teams' best players in franchise history.
Yeah, it's true.
Hey, y'all not gonna trade for him? Oh man.
It's all good, bro. They gotta learn the hard way. That's fine.
And you know what, bro? We'll end it at that. Fine. Episode 2.